Today, the Maguire team is setting up a full spotlight thermal hunting system in a N70 Hilux dual cab. It's behind us. The boys are just getting the upholstery out. And while they're doing that, I'll give you a run through of what's in this kit and what you get. So, we start off, we got the interior roof brace, which is over here. So that'll glue on the inside. We'll pull the roof lining out and glue that in first, and it's even got your pilot hole and all the holes for the handle. So it'll go straight in. We get all the wiring harnesses pre-made, so whether we fit it or you fit it yourself, all these plug and play into the console and plug and play into your driving lights, work lights, Starlink, two-way, all your other accessories. We got a 7-inch power beam, 12-volt, 100-watt halogen, fully fitted out, wired up Maguire style, so that your wires never break. There's a lot of years of experience going into that. We got our spare bulbs to go with it. Life bulbs, the same that goes in the Night Eater, running the power beam lights now. We got a Maguire roof console system, fully fused, relayed, so this is plug and play for the whole vehicle. If your Deutsch plug bracing plate, your spotlight, your wiring harnesses, your work lights, driving lights, Starlink, the whole lot. And when you turn that off, guys, it shuts the whole system down. So there's no current getting drawn off the vehicle anywhere when you shut it down. When you turn that on, it'll power your thermal the whole time and keep you in the hunt. We got a ram mount, double suction cup ram mount to hold a iPad Pro. Ready to go. The iPad and the iPad and the thermal, the FQ35 2.0, are just up there. We're charging it up, hooking it all up, getting ready to go. So we'll run you through that later in the day as the job goes on. We got our Deutsch plug bracing plate kit. So this braces your roof, seals your roof with our custom 100mm square rubber seal with all your bolts and all your little knickknacks. Got your Deutsch, your spotlight plug straight into that with your Deutsch plug. And there's even a Type-C lead that you can use as an accessory if you need to hardwire it at any stage. So just say one of the thermal companies do an update and it plays up with your Wi-Fi and you got trouble, you can easily just run a Type-C lead from there to your thermal and then inside the cab to your iPad and you can hardwire it. Then we've got a blazer handle, fully modified by Maguire, fully waterproof, modified so you got less wind drag, more balance with our quick release mount on the handle. So there you have it, guys. We'll run you through as the day goes on and we'll give you a look at it as she goes. We hope you have a great day. So the first step is in this N70 Hilux is the boy's going to pull the roof lining out. So that means you undo your screws on your rear view mirrors. There's the interior light set up the front there. You undo the screws and pop him out. You undo this interior light, you grab handles either side up the front, and these here guys come out. You don't have to pull these right out. You can just leave them sit like so. Same at the back here. These guys can just pop forward a bit, just one click and the roof line will come out. Like so, like Harry just did. And then we'll drop that out, glue our roof brace in, which makes it very easy in the Maguire camp because then you don't even have to try and measure your roof and work out the centre and hop up, hop down, look at it round and round. You can just use that centre hole straight up for your handle and that centre hole straight up for your Deutsch plug. And then you can just drill these out nice with a hole saw or pop them out by hand. And she's done. So we're just going to show you how we get the roof lining out. Once you get all these popped out and it drops down, you need to put your gear stick in reverse, or if you've got automatic out of the road, like move your gear stick out of the road, make sure there's no two-ways or anything plugged into the cigarette lighters so the cables aren't going to catch. And your steering wheel's right up, and we're just going to slide the roof lining between the steering wheel and the gear stick and it rotates around. We'll show you from a distance. There's a little trick to it, and once you work it out, it'll go straight out, come straight out for you. Just go straight out the passenger side, we find. There you have it. So now we'll show you, look at the roof. So our roof brace, sometimes we'll show you, look, but we get it underneath this cross member, and we usually get it underneath here. This roof's quite good. A lot of roofs, this Sikaflex would have let them go, and here the same. And you might have to cut it out and re-glue it under there so it all ties in, but we'll show you, look at that in the next step. Sometimes the carpet's stuck to here too on the road. You've got to pull the carpet out of the road and clean it up where the handle has to go. So the dual cab, space cab and single cab are all the same. The roof brace fits in between the front and the cross member. So the boys have got the roof brace ready to go, so you just got to get a knife and separate the Sikaflex from there, and maybe so on the cross member, and they'll just show you. So you slide the back a bit in first, and then you go underneath the front until it touches. Got to go between this gap, so it's just touching in there. You can even separate and jam it up there a little bit, and then you get it all centered, guys. Glue it, and then you can pull it back out, glue it in, get it all centered, and then that's your interior roof brace done. As you can see, it'll strengthen the roof up to where it needs to be. They've got a very flimsy roof in them, and this will get it sorted 100%. Well, we've got a team of people working on this car so we can get it done in a time frame. So while we're getting the roof brace done, we're going to run the 6mm twin core power from the battery to the roof console system. So to get through it on an N70 Hilux, you've got to pull the glove box out. Like so. And then you'll be able to see where the wires go through. In there, there's a rubber boot on the passenger side. This vehicle's got a second battery in it, but it is literally very accessible. It's just straight down here. You'll see a rubber boot. You can see where those wires are going through, and that rubber boot will get you in line with. You can use a screwdriver or a sharp bit of pipe. You can usually access it quite easily. You'll see it tucked up in there. So it'd be easier to spear it through from the cab side on this vehicle. So you can get a go at it. You can't quite see it on the camera, guys, but yeah, it's basically straight in here. I can feel it with my fingers there. So when you got your roof brace in, you just measure at the back, find a location point the same either side, and just get it even either side, same up the front. And then you want to get it, we get the camera in here, you want to get it so that the roof brace is sitting under this lip. Obviously you'll have plenty of Sikaflex, and then the same in the centre back here. You want it sitting under this cross member. And then plenty of 221 Sikaflex, and then you want to push it hard up against the roof and let it dry. And that'll play a major part in the curve of the roof staying the same, and it won't put a square spot in the roof. So that's what we want to achieve with this job. Rightio, so once we get our plate lined up, we're going to use this hole to guide our drill to get the hole right for the roof. So I'm going to drill it, and then I'm going to measure the roof and check it. And now if it's wrong, don't be alarmed. You can still move a little bit and redo your centre hole. And then when you drill your main hole, you can just use that hole to guide your hole saw, and it'll just take out the existing pilot hole in the cut. So we got it lined up. And then if we're happy with that hole, then we'll do this one, pull my roof brace out, twist those tabs out, glue it back in, and get it all set up, ready for the hunting field. So to give you an idea, once you've done your hole from the inside, you can measure it. Simply just we hold the tape up there. So we've got 569 mil. This is how accurate it is when you do it like this. Spin him around the other way. 569 mil. So you're right to go. You can do your pole hole for your cable gland next and then glue it in and get it dry and get it pushed up hard against the roof is the key to it all. So then this curve, you keep this curve in the roof. That's what we really want to work on. And if you go to the boys doing the battery section, you'll see where we got a bit of TIG, stainless steel TIG wire, and they've got it poking through the cable gland. A bit of cooking oil on your wires works good also, so that it slides through nicely. And we'll just get the camera around and show you on the battery side. It's a bit hard to see what's going on in there, but we're doing everything we can to show you a good look, to give you all the information. So it's just 6mm twin core, and we might even, we'll mount the MIDI fuse here and we'll put a Wagai sticker on it so you know exactly what's what. None of it's confusing. Trouble with all this sort of stuff, you don't know where your wires run. You get all sorts of bad connections, relays burn out, fuses melt. All the products we do and designed, we've learned how things hold up and we don't have those problems. So we got the roof brace, it's locked into place, how it clamps under the cross members. Harry's is going to drill the pole hole now for the cable gland for the Deutsch plug bracing plate. And then we're going to use those pilot holes to drill the carpet out. So we'll pull the roof brace out now, put the roof lining back in here quickly, drill the carpet out, glue the roof brace in. We'll show you as we go. So we just slip the roof liner back in, literally takes 2 seconds once you know what you're doing. And we're going to use the holes in the roof to guide the drill. So we're going to use the pilot hole in the hole saw drill. And it goes to the carpet, and then the hole in the roof will guide the hole saws. Excuse me. The hole in the roof will guide the hole saws to drill out the carpet nicely. So we've done the handle hole. There you go. And then we're going to do the one for the Deutsch plug. Through we go. And then the whole we drill the carpet out so that the housing of the handle sits up against the roof and it's glued in. This makes the friction wheel work flawlessly and fully waterproof. So Harry will screw that on. And then we're using a 48 just to go around the cable for where the cable gland is, so you can access the nut on the cable gland to do it up firm, and the wires can poke through. All these holes in the roof will be where the roof console is, so you won't see any of this. Make sure you got your speed on 1, and you just ease your way through it. You can do it in reverse, or you can do it in forward too. We often do it in reverse. So you'll pick up your hole in the roof, your drill will come through, and then you'll do the same with your cable gland hole. Slip him on. Just make sure you get the drill bit through the hole in the roof, because that'll guide your drill bit and get all your holes accurate. There you go. It's that simple, guys. 2 perfectly beautiful holes. So the boys are just pulling the back seat out of this car because we're going to run wiring harnesses that go from the battery to the roof console system. Then from the roof console system, we'll show you run all the wires underneath the roof. And we'll go through a cable gland in the back of the cab. We do cable glands here so water can't run into your cab with a droop loop in them. So that means the wires will go downhill before they go uphill, so water can't travel down them at all. So We've got 221 Sikaflex on this roof brace. So we'll just slide him in, back end in first. And then we'll go to the front. Makes it a bit of a mess, guys, but once she's in there, she's in to stay, and you just make sure you get it in underneath this lip. The vital part of getting the strength into it you need. And then just square him up, guys. Push it in under here more. And then just make sure you got something going from, we've got an adjustable bit of pipe and a block of wood with a bit of rubber so it doesn't mark your console. And just push it hard up against the roof to keep that curve in it. Okay guys, so we've got the roof brace glued in. We're going to leave these in so the roof sets really firm and the roof keeps its natural curve. So we're going to let that dry throughout the day and maybe even overnight, because it's really important to get that right. And as you can see, the boys in the back, they're running all their wiring harnesses for work lights, Starlink, driving lights. The whole vehicle will run off this one system, and these will all hook up to our relays and our earths. And then you just got your two wires here that come from your battery that hook up to your console. It's all pretty much plug and play. You got to cut a couple of wires to lengthen, crimp a couple of connectors on, but all the stuffing around and the hard work has been done by the Wagai team. So now we got this into place. We've got our douche plug bracing plate on. So you'll receive that. And what you do, guys, is you get it centered and you do him up like so, and then you measure either side. Make sure it's square. We go there. 517. 517. And then you stand on the back of the tray, guys, and look down over the cab and eyeball it. Make sure the plate looks straight. Do that, bolt up tight, and then you can start doing these 4 holes. I usually use a 5.5mm drill bit, and I just go through, do a little drill, mark it as my center point, and then use that center point to guide me 2.5, 3mm drill them out, and then your big one. If you have a look at there, you'll see the center, it'll give you a center mark like a center punch. So you put the camera directly over it. Then you go 3mm. I'll do one first, and then I'll put another bolt through it. I'll name my plate straight. And then once I get 2 bolts in it, you know it's not going to move. Rightio. So we've got our second bolt in, done up tight, so now the plate can't move. And do the rest of my holes now. I always put a bit of nail polish on the bare metal when I'm finished too, just so you got a sealant over the bare metal. And with the roof brace in, it's easy to drill because the roof isn't flexing. There we go. Now we undo our plate, clean that up, and we'll get our knockout punches or your hole saws next, and do your, with the blazer handle, 48mm hole. And your douche plug is a 20 at the moment, what we're using. If you've got a power beam handle, it's a 57.5mm hole. Righto, so we've got the holes in. We're just doing the 48mm hole now. You can use a hole saw, guys. There's a few ways. We use a knockout punch. It's a very clean hole, but you can use a hole saw. If you're doing a one-off job, good way to do it is drill from the inside of the cab and put a towel down so your metal filings fall on the towel. And we'll quickly get this through. So we let this dry overnight so that what we're really working on, we're always bettering ourselves here in the Wagai camp. We're really focusing on these curved roofs, setups on these now, and we want to keep the curve in the roof, and when our parts go on, it keeps we want them to match the curve in the roof so it doesn't leave a big square spot in the roof. So that's what we're working on now. We've done a 3D scan inside, we're doing one on top, and we're going to fold our bracing plates to match the curve in the roof. So you ready to go, Will? Yep. You can see how easy this is. If you get the camera in there, it does a cut and doesn't leave a burr on the edge. And then while that's going through, I also get some clear nail polish and put on the bare metal, just so it's got a coating on it. And this is all built on having a fully waterproof setup and a strong roof. So this roof in this Hilux, if we just bring the camera back out, this roof is that strong now that you could stand on the roof of this car. Forget, we got a bit of sticker flex spread everywhere, but you won't see that when the carpet goes in, but this roof is strong. So without this roof brace in the N70 Hilux, it's practically impossible to make it functional. It'll wobble constantly, it'll leak. The material is very thin in the roof, but now we have it sorted and we can keep the curve in the roof. Right, so the team's putting the roof lining back in. We've got the cable gland through the roof. Got a bead of silicone around it. Just done it up nice and firm. We got the power and earth hooked up on the battery, so we always hook our earth up to the battery with a good connection. And we mount our mini fuse in a good spot, easy to access. These are the only fuses we use under the bonnet because the bolts down and gives you a solid connection. So we hook it up to the battery, we seal our joins, and the earth is the same. He's on here, ready to go. And then it's just a matter of putting the console in, guys, hooking the wires up and finishing it off. So on this vehicle, I'll just show you this foam underneath the roof lining. We pulled it out so the roof will go up nicer against the everything, finish off. Because of the roof console system, and the carpet's going to go up there like so. So we got the roof lining back in. We got the handle bolted in, guys, so the handle just goes in, a blazer handle. We put roof and gutter silicone around it on the inside, then stick it to the roof. We put the front of the console in. And then we go our Deutsch plug bracing plate kit with our custom 100mm square rubber seal. And then we fill this gap gutter up with silicone so water can't sit down there below the rubber boot. We've got our wires run through the cable gland. She's all coming together. And you can see the curve in the roof. We didn't even have to put any folds in this brace, and the curve in the roof is still perfect. No square spot in it at all. So we're really happy about that. And now we're just hooking all the wires up to the console and bolting it in. Righto, it's another big week in the Wagai shed, and it's Friday afternoon. We have Charlie's N70 dual cab Hilux, and we're going to give you a run through on this build. So we got the MIDI fuse under the bonnet. We just got all the final testing done. She's ready to go. Show you, look, we got the roof braced, and look at how we've been able to keep even the natural curve in the roof. So that's a big achievement for us. We've got a 7-inch power beam, 12 volt, 100 watt halogen, fitted to a Hick Micro Falcon FQ35 2.0. So I took Charlie out last night and focused it. So I focused the contrast, the brightness, put the iPad Pro in night mode so it's not hard on your eyes, and you set the sharpness on the actual thermal itself. These are all vital things of how we can show the customers to get their thermal running crisp to get them to their full potential. So we've got our Deutsch plug bracing plate, light unclips, thermal unclips. It's powered all the time. And then we'll go into the cab with Charlie's side. What do you reckon, Charlie? She's ready for the field, mate?
She's unreal.
That's the go.
She's ready to go. I'm happy.
Very good, mate. So we've got the Blazer handle modified by the Guy team with our Spotlight handle quick release mount. It plugs into the console. We've also got the Starlink hooked up to this console, guys. A big red light bar on the bull bar hooked up to it, 4 work lights on the back, and we'll get the video camera through the back door and we'll show you a look at the console and the screen. So I hooked the iPad up last night to Wi-Fi, got it all working, showed Charlie how to use it all. So we got interior light, we got work lights front and back either side, and this back switch does the light bar, the red light bar on the bull bar. And we'll have a good look at that. And then you can see our fuses, all our relays, it's all in the one spot. It's all accessible, easy to source. And we'll get the camera to come in here and we'll show you a look at the clarity of the iPad. So we'll get it up nice and close to give you a look. So it's flawless and instant. Everything's sorted. Showed Charlie all the little tricks we learnt from our full-time wild game harvesting business. So the big hours we get to do with this gear, we got a really good understanding of it. All your little 1%ers, and he's ready to go. So, thanks very much for coming out, Charlie. We really appreciate it, mate.
No, thank you. You've done an unreal job. It's bloody amazing. So I'm wrapped with it.
No worries at all, mate. Well, we look forward to hearing from you and the feedback, and have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
Too easy. We'll see you on the next one.